Hello friends, this is Team Super Simplified and today we are going to discuss the Siachen dispute in detail. So we will be starting with the origin of the problem, origin of the dispute, then we will look at the various events which have taken place till now, what is the current status, what is India's and Pakistan's stand on it, and finally we will also have a look at some of the steps which can be taken in order to resolve the dispute. So let's get started. Before getting into the dispute part of it, we should understand very clearly where is Siachen located, what are the geographical and physical features of that region. Yes, it is in Jammu and Kashmir, but where exactly? So this is the map of Jammu and Kashmir. The region bounded by the blue color boundary is Jammu and Kashmir, which is India's territory completely. But unfortunately, the entire region is not in India's control as on date. Some part of it in the western and the northern side is captured by Pakistan. It is known as Pak occupied Kashmir, and they have divided it into two provinces, Azad Kashmir as they call it on the western side, and Gilgit Baltistan region on the northern side. If you come to the eastern side, then Aksai Chin, which is controlled by China today, Shasham Valley, which is under Chinese control. Okay, so these are the parts which are not with India today. These are captured by the other countries. What is left behind with India today is the region lying behind this line, this red line. What is this red line actually? This is very famous line. This is line of control, LOC. अब LOC के साथ आपको कारगिल जरूर याद आ जाएगा. तो this is Kargil. This is Kargil, right? So this is LOC, and this is the only region which is left out with India as on date. But the entire area is India's territory, right? So where is Siachen? Siachen is here in the Karakoram range. So this is all Himalayan region. This is all Himalayan region, and Himalaya comprises of various ranges, like the Greater Himalayan ranges, then the Lesser Himalayas, then the Shivaliks. So this lies in the Karakoram range. Okay, it is also known as the third pole. Why is it known as the third pole? Because it houses the largest glacier in the world. So outside polar region, if you see, this is the largest glacier. So you have South Pole, North Pole, which are completely glaciated. Then this is the next largest glacier. So this is also known as the third pole. Area of the glacier is 2300 square kilometers. Length is 70 kilometers. Altitude is 5400 meters average from the mean sea level. Temperature is minus 70 degrees centigrade. So see the plight of the soldiers who are standing there and guarding our frontiers. Minus 70 degrees centigrade of temperature and 5400 meter of altitude, where hardly any oxygen will be available for breathing, right? And it is the highest battleground on the planet. Since it is a glacier, it melts during the summer and it gives rise to a river known as Nubra. Nubra is a tributary of Shyok, and Shyok is in turn a tributary of Indus River. नाउ लेट्स कम टू द डिस्प्यूट पार्ट ऑफ इट. तो डिस्प्यूट समझने के लिए आपको थोड़ा सा हिस्ट्री में जाना पड़ेगा. सो वील शो यू द टाइमलाइन. थोड़ा सा आपको हिस्टोरिकल फैक्ट्स बताने पड़ेंगे. सो 1947 India got independence and simultaneously partition took place. India was divided into India and Pakistan, and this was Kashmir at that time. So Kashmir was not a part of India or Pakistan either. It was independent under the rule of a king, Maharaja Hari Singh. तो महाराजा हरी सिंह के अंडर में था. इट वॉज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया और पाकिस्तान एट दैट टाइम. But Pakistani forces, Pakistani tribal forces attacked Kashmir in October 1947. इन्होंने यहाँ पे हमला कर दिया, right? And the Raja of Kashmir was not able to control them, so he requested India to intervene. India agreed, but on a condition that they have to sign an instrument of accession. So instrument of accession was signed, and that is how Jammu and Kashmir became a part of India. Then India retaliated, but by the time we could respond, these people had already captured a lot of territory in this region. Later, UN also intervened, and then the ceasefire took place finally. So ceasefire हो गया finally. But ये लोग यहाँ पर आ चुके थे और they were not ready to go back. So they had already captured a lot of region, which is Pak occupied Kashmir today. राइट तो अभी फिर ये डिसाइड किया गया कि विल फॉर्म अ कमिटी एंड इट विल mark a boundary, a temporary line of control. Okay, we'll discuss about the dispute later, but we will mark a line of control today so that the forces do not further move into each other. तो उसको जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट वहाँ पर था उसको थोड़ी देर के लिए शांत करने के लिए उन्होंने यहाँ पे लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल ड्रॉ कर दिया. सो दिस वाज द लाइन ऑफ कंट्रोल drawn, but they committed a blunder while drawing the line of control during Karachi agreement in 1949. They drew it, but they stopped at a particular point. Logically they should have connected it here or somewhere, to the international boundary, but they stopped at a point. They did not complete it. Instead of completing the line, they simply wrote, they drew it till here, this point. This is known as NJ9842. This is the name of this point, right? They wrote thence north, thence north. मतलब जो further boundary होगी इस point के बाद, that will be thence north. So what does it mean? North means we have to go in this direction, or we have to go move in this direction, or what? That was not very clear. So this was the ambiguity which was originated in the Karachi Agreement in 1949, and here lies Siachen Glacier. So this is the origin of the dispute, right? Now in 1972, Shimla Agreement, after 1971 India-Pakistan War, 1972 Shimla Agreement took place. They also overlooked this particular problem and moved ahead. Now in 1980s, what started? Pakistan started military exercises and trekking in this region, Siachen Glacier region. India came to know about it. We also started military exercise and trekking in that region. So both the countries were behaving as if it is their own territory. But there was a lot of ambiguity and no one was clear ki what is the fate of this region. But then Pakistan did something mischievous, as it is known for its notorious acts. So Pakistan attempted to capture the region, the Siachen Glacier region, but Indian Army came to know about it. So Pakistan's target was to capture the Siachen Glacier by 17th April 1984, but Indian Army foiled their malicious intentions, and we captured this on 13th April 1984. We captured Siachen Glacier just 4 days ahead of Pakistani forces. So by the time Pakistani forces reached there, Indian Army had already captured the peaks. So that is how it came under Indian control, right? And after that, a lot of bullets were exchanged and a lot of conflict happened over this event. But after 2003, ceasefire took place, and it is relatively peaceful now. Now let's have a look at this region once again. तो map के कुछ important features देख लेते हैं. Since we have opened the map, then it's better we'll have a look at other features also. So you have Kargil here, Srinagar is here, you have Leh in the Ladakh, and you have Jammu on the southern side. Now you have Karakoram Pass. This is important, you should remember this. Karakoram Pass is here. This is Shashkam Valley under Chinese control. This is Gilgit. Okay, so these are some of the important features. This is Chorbatla. This is also a pass. Now dispute वाला part थोड़ा सा और समझ लेते हैं कि क्या है. ये line of control है. This green line is line of control. They stopped here, NJ9842 on this point. They simply wrote thence north. So India interpreted it like this. Thence north means we have to go northward like this. Pakistan said no, you have to move like this. So if India claims that this is the boundary, then Siachen Glacier becomes a part of India. If we follow Pakistan's principle, then we have to move in this direction. Then Siachen Glacier becomes Pakistan's territory, and this is the dispute, okay, which arises from the Karachi Agreement 1949. There are three important passes in this region: Siala, Bilafondla, and Gyeongla. Just remember the name of these passes. This may be an exam question this year. Now, what is the importance of Siachen Glacier? So there's a lot of controversy over this also. A lot of people say that it is like a struggle of two bald men over a comb, because this region is hardly of any importance, but still we are losing a lot of people and money on this. So 2700 deaths we have already seen. This is combined, India and Pakistan combined, and this is not because of some warfare or combat, but altitude sickness, because of the harsh climate, the oxygen, thin air, there's hardly any oxygen to breathe, and then the threat of avalanches. And this is uninhabitable, barren land, nothing grows there, the height is very high, you cannot mine any minerals even if they are available. Then what is the importance of the region? That is what some people argue. And the cost of holding is very high. In terms of men, we have already seen 2700 deaths. If in terms of money if you talk, then according to an estimate, dollar 1 million USD, 1 million USD India is spending per day to deputed forces on the glacier. Now some people say no, this is strategically very important region. Why? It is like a natural watchtower. Here we can keep a very close look at the activities of the two neighbors, India, the Pakistan and the China. And safety of the J&K region is also dependent on this, because we are already seeing the problem of infiltration. So if we lose this area also, then one more front will be open from where we may encounter infiltration. And we have belligerent neighbors. We don't have very good relationships with Pakistan or China in terms of this disputes and all those things. So it's better that we hold on to that particular point. Now, what is the way ahead? We are not proposing anything from our side, but we are just listing out some of the measures which are suggested by different agencies. So, if you talk to a particular section of military experts, then some of them say that we should demilitarize the region, because there's a lot of cost which we are incurring in order to hold that, and unnecessarily it is straining the relationships between the two countries. If you talk to environmentalists, they say that we should develop it into a peace park, because there's high environmental cost. You are having a glacier there, and all these human activities are putting pressure on that glacier, and it is getting melt faster, which is putting a lot of pressure on the river, and people staying near that river banks may get affected with floods and all other hazards. Then scientific community says that it is a perfect site for scientific studies, so the military must move out and we should move in. And some people suggest for joint patrolling. People say that we should move ahead and clearly demarcate the region to end the dispute once and for all. And obviously some people will try to maintain the status quo. They want to maintain the situation as is. So this is the current thing. So that's all, guys. That's all from my side. So thanks for listening, and please like, comment, subscribe and share if you like this video. And one more thing, if you have any topic in mind which you would like us to cover, then please mention it in the comment section. We would surely try to take it in the coming sections. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.